We finished up practice. Really good spring. A lot of enthusiasm. The same group of guys that I've talked about have made plays. Both young quarterbacks are showing improvement. I like where our running backs are up front. Those guys are making some strides. It was good to get Josh Maven back. He had missed a couple practices at the linebacker spot. He was back out there with us today. So we're excited about the game on Saturday and getting the guys out there and letting them play a little bit. We're going to have a lot of festivities along with the game. Our goal is to get an hour and 15 minutes of football to try to put the very best show on that we can for our fans. And so we'll talk about it tomorrow and come up with a plan for it and get that information out there for you guys so you can get the rosters settled. We wanted to wait till after practice today to make sure we didn't have to adjust rosters based on the health of our team. So we will have an orange team and a black team, so we'll split teams up. Just not exactly sure how we're going to do that, but we'll have the scoreboard running, and we'll play very similar to what we did last year. We'll have a kickoff to start each half. We'll punt. We'll have PAT field goals, and we'll let them play. We won't play a 60-minute game, more of what would be about a 40-minute game. So that's our goal, is an hour to an hour 15 or something of high-level, top-notch football for our fans.
Now that practice is done, have you gotten the level of progress this spring that you want to see from the line and the running backs?
I hope so, and I think they're improved. I know they're improved. We've improved in our blocking and ability to cover up defenders, and I like how our running backs are sinking their hips and more aggressive and downhill.
With the cowboy back position, now you're in the second year of kind of integrating it in the offense. How much has that kind of evolved and continue to evolve in this offense?
Well, it's growing. It's more prevalent now than it was in our games last year, and it's going to help our offense. We have good players at that position. We've come up with 4, maybe 5 guys now that can play. We'll find out at the end of September. I mean, the first 3 you guys are aware of, and Keenan Brown's worked in there some. So I like where we're at with that position, and it should be really good for our team. It gives us flexibility in running the ball and a little more protection in the passing game.
Has that changed or evolved to how you guys operate out of the slot at all? Just being that the slot is kind of, you guys use that to aid the run game a lot of times, those end arounds and the quick passes. Has that maybe changed what McCleskey or someone else would do in that role?
It actually helps us. It should, if we're executing the right way and we can get everybody on the same page. It should give us more flexibility with that type of misdirection play.
What are you wanting to see Saturday, besides obviously coming out healthy?
We're gonna have quality plays. I'm gonna guess 80 to 100 plays. So there's going to be good football, and what I want to see is effort and base offense, base defense, the kicking game, and the guys playing hard, and we want to put a good show on for the crowd. We don't always consider this a X's and O's learning experience for us, but it is a good teaching opportunity for playing in front of a crowd and being able to handle the situation, the pressure, things like that. So that's our goal, and we'll put all that together and have Gavin and the guys get it out to y'all so you know what's going on.
You've been upstairs for a lot of the practices, taking that view. I'm going to guess you'll be downstairs Saturday.
I will be downstairs because I'll have some media requirements. As you know, we're going to communicate through the game. Quarterbacks are going to talk at the end of the quarters, so on and so forth. And so I'll be down there, and I'll have a whistle, and I don't know that I'll have to use it much, but if needed, then I'll have it. But I've really enjoyed being up in the video tower this spring. Gives me a chance to think and keep quality notes, and I'm sure the offensive coaches like it because it keeps me from staying on them during practice.
As far as a feel for your team, do you get a feel about this time of, okay, how will these guys do during the summer? How mature is this team? How dedicated are they? Do you get a feel for that toward the end of spring?
I don't have any questions in their work ethic. And in our staff meeting, we have 102 players, give or take, on our team right now, and so we wanted to identify guys that we didn't think were fully committed to our organization, and we had a difficult time coming up with a couple names, and that was iffy. So I just don't have any concerns about their commitment to trying to maximize their potential and be the best team possible.
You'd mentioned the improvement of the run game. What has Marcus Arroyo really brought to this staff now that you've had him for a full season? He's a younger guy, maybe a little different background than some of the other coaches. I mean, what has he brought to the staff?
Well, Marcus is very intelligent and has a thorough background not only in running back play but offensive play. He's an ex-quarterback and has coached multiple positions and has had an opportunity to be a coordinator at our level and in the NFL. And so he's very thorough and technologically sound with the youth that he has. He understands the future and how things operate, not only in football but recruiting and so on and so forth. And so he brings a lot to our offense, but also brings a lot of ideas to our team, just from the background that he's been exposed to in a short period of time.
Did you happen to catch Mason's first pitch after the game?
I did not. I still have not seen it. I was working out my boys in the batting cage in my barn, and my little one said he wanted to go to the game. And I thought that's odd because we had been to 3 games here in the last week or so, and he said, no, I just want to go to the game. And he said, well, Mason's throwing the first pitch, so he wanted to be there for that. So I stayed in and worked out the other one, and his mom took him to the game so he could be there for the first pitch. And then he called me and wanted me to come to the game. So then I ended up coming to the game in about the second inning, and I asked him how the first pitch was, and he says, terrible. He said, you should have seen it. And I said, what? He said, he hit the backstop. And I said, well, maybe he was trying to hit the backstop. And he said, well, I didn't think it was a very good pitch. So, but anyway, but we watched the game last night. So, but I have not seen it, no.
Obviously, nationally, the biggest topic of discussion this week has been satellite cameras. I guess, what are your thoughts on it?
Just really disappointed of the opportunity that's going to be taken away from potential student athletes. I don't understand the concept and the thought that's being put into taking away schools, coaches from potentially seeing young men that could be involved in getting an education and being involved in a team at some point later in their career. And we've done it here for 12 years. And after a certain amount of years, the league stopped us from doing it, and I never understood that. But one way or another, it's not going to be as profitable for student athletes across the country because coaches are contained to their campuses. And it has given us an opportunity for 12 years to go out and coach and allow young people in other parts of the state who may not be as financially able to come to Stillwater and be at our campus. We can bring our show to them, and they can see us as coaches and see us as people and maybe draw an interest in Oklahoma State University based on those guys are good coaches. I like them. They're personable. They're exciting. They're enthusiastic. Maybe I want to go check out Oklahoma State. And as of now, unless somebody finds a way to change the plan, those days are over. And I just think that's sad. We could talk about it all day, but that's really what it comes down to. We have as thorough background in that as anybody. I mean, essentially, we were the first school to do it. And so it's very disappointing to our staff, and it's very disappointing to me that we're losing the opportunity to get out and market and expose and be around young people that could potentially be student athletes at Oklahoma State University.